Walking through the kitchen one summer day, I heard someone leaving a message on the phone saying, "Thank you for giving your gifts. So many lives have been changed." I realized walking through that I've almost become immune to hearing these words about my mother spoken. She has not only been a great gift to me, but also to my father and my siblings. Growing up, I wasn't aware of how great a gift it is to be given such beautiful and loving parents. She has been a witness to me of a tenderness for herself, a gaze of love on others, and the courage to follow her heart. First, love for herself. She's probably, I can say with all honesty that she's not the best at some of the normal mom things, such as having Easter baskets ready or cookies after school. But she has different kinds of gifts, like writing, speaking, and connecting with people. And these do take her time and energy, but she's willing to work with them and understands her vulnerability and is able to share this with people, which is able to connect her in a very beautiful way with hundreds of people. Her gaze of love on others. One of my mom's favorite writers, Father Giussani, said, "Unless you have an affection for yourself, you can't love others." Now I know this is true after this past summer. An Italian family called my parents and asked if we would consider having one of their sons come and stay with us for the summer. My parents took this very seriously and in the end decided to say yes. This was one of the hardest summers of my life, as well as for many of my siblings. The boy who stayed with us had had a very hard childhood, and from that had developed some special needs, which were very frustrating for me to deal with. I didn't know how to love him. But yet I remember one afternoon walking through the kitchen, seeing my mother chopping carrots and explaining to Danny a word, and he would repeat it and say it back, and she'd correct him and say it back, and seeing this gaze of love she had on him, and this acceptance of him. And I understood at that moment that she was able to accept him with all his struggles because she was aware of all her own vulnerabilities. She was on the same level as him. Finally, the courage to follow her heart. About 2 years ago, my mom had a sadness that when women become mothers, it's basically an intellectual hazard, as my mom says. They no longer read, they no longer talk about anything other than kids' activities and diapers. So she wanted women to talk about something more real, to keep learning about their hearts. And so she began a small book club in Crosby, which then grew into, it's now international in Hungary, Brazil, Italy, Budapest, and tons across the United States. Women write all the time with thinking, with gratitude for what she has given them and how this has changed her life. And it's this courage that makes her very unique, because I know for myself, when I have a love for something or an interest in something, I often hold back because I'm too afraid. So maybe we don't have the best meals or the coolest stocking stuffers, but I've been given 3 of the most important gifts of my life. To understand that having a tenderness on yourself enables you to love others, and then gives you the courage to follow your heart. These are the gifts that have enabled me to find the truth and the ultimate love and happiness. So next time someone says, "You have a great mother," I'll say, "I know," and say a prayer of gratitude, because I've been given a mother who's a witness of what it means to be fully alive. My mother.
It was a very passionate speech.
You were very confident in everything you said. Great outcome.
You obviously love your mom a lot, so I think you made a really good choice in who to speak about.